Chemistry lecture Gpt Kothagudem. Today our topic is ionic bond. We already learned about the electronic theory of valency. This theory explains the process of bond formation. So outermost orbit electrons are participating in bond formation. They are trying to attain the 8 electrons in outermost orbit by losing or gaining or sharing of electrons. If the losing of or gaining of electron, that bond is called ionic bond. The sharing of electron is called covalent bond. So today we are discussing about the ionic bond. The definition of the ionic bond is the electrostatic force of attraction between opposite charged ion formed by the transfer of electron is called ionic bond, is called electrovalent bond or ionic bond. Electrovalent or ionic bond. This bond is formed by the transfer of electron from one atom to another atom, and also it is explained by the definition of electrostatic attraction between oppositive charges ions. So there is a condition to explain the bond formation. This bond is formed between the metals and non-metals. The metal is converted into cation, non-metal is converted into anion, and association of oppositive charges. So there are three steps involved in the formation of ionic bond. One is the formation of cation from metal element, formation of anion from non-metal element, and next one, association of oppositive charges. There is a very important condition. The electronegativity difference between the atom is more than 1.9. What is the electronegativity? The force try to attract the electron towards is called electronegativity. That value is more compared to the other element which are participated in bond formation. I am trying to explain this ionic bond by taking some beautiful and simple example, that is sodium NaCl, sodium chloride molecule. This sodium chloride molecule is formed by combination of two atoms. Atoms are combined to form a molecule. So here atoms to combine to form a molecule by get the stability. This sodium chloride molecule have two electrons, such two atoms, that is, one is a sodium atom, another one is a chlorine atom. This sodium chloride molecule have two atoms, one is sodium, another one is a chlorine. They are combined to form a one molecule, that is a sodium chloride. Why they are participating in bond formation? So before going to discuss about this bond formation, first you write the atomic number of sodium. Sodium atomic number is 11. So write the electron configuration. What is the electron configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, and 3s1. Okay, right? Come to the chlorine. What is the atomic number? 17. What is the electron configuration? Write the electron configuration to the rules. 1s2 in LLX method, 2s2, 2p6. So 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6, 10, and 3s2, 12, and 3p5. Okay, right? Is it clear? Right. It is the NLX method. So what is the electron valency theory says? The electrons which are present in outermost orbit are participating in chemical bond. First we are going to discuss about this topic. First you know the which one is outermost orbit. So come to the sodium. Which one is outermost orbit? We already learned in previous part. Outermost orbit. Which is outermost orbit? It is in a first orbit, it is in a second orbit, it is in a third orbit. Which one is outermost orbit? It is a third orbit. Third orbit is in the outermost orbit. So according to the electron valency theory, the outermost orbit electrons are participating in outermost orbit. The outermost orbit electrons are participating in chemical bond. So that is 3s electron. How many number of electron? 1 electron. Okay. So come to the chlorine. Which one is outermost orbit? It have 1s, 2s, 2 second orbit and third orbit. So third orbit, how many number of electrons? Orbit means it contains 3s and 3p. So how many number of electrons it has? 7 electrons. So this chlorine atom have 7 electrons in outermost orbit. So what is the valency? 1. What is the how many number of valence electrons? 1. How many number of valence electrons? 7. So what is the electron valency theory say? Which atom have 8 electrons in outermost orbit? So which one is outermost orbit? Third orbit. How many number of electrons it have? Only 1 electron. Is it stable according to the octet rule? It is unstable. Okay. Come to the chlorine. So write which one is outermost orbit? Third orbit. How many number of electrons it have? 7 electrons. Is it stable according to the octet rule? It is unstable because it have 7 electrons. So these both atoms are unstable when it is present in individual state. So they try to participate in chemical bond by attaining the 8 electrons in outermost orbit. Come to the sodium. So it have only 1 electron in outermost orbit. If you get the if it is want to get the 8 electrons outermost orbit, so it required 7 electrons. Okay, right? Right. Next, how many number of electrons? 7 electrons. It always try to attain the 8 electrons in outermost orbit. So it required 1 electron. It have 7 electrons. It have 1 electron. So but here there are two possibilities are there. చూడండి ఇక్కడ సోడియం అవుటర్మోస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్లో ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఉంది. ఇది స్టేబుల్ కావాలంటే 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ తీసుకున్న స్టేబుల్ అవుతుంది. ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ కనుక ఇచ్చేసింది అనుకోండి, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లూజ్ ది 3s electrons, if it is lose the 3s electrons, the third orbit is completely gone, it vanish. So which one is outermost orbit? Second orbit. So if you are consider second orbit, how many number of electrons? 2 plus 6, 8 electrons. Is it clear? అంటే ఇది స్టేబుల్ కావాలంటే 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ తీసుకున్నా స్టేబుల్ అవుతుంది, ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇచ్చేసినా కూడా స్టేబుల్ అవుతుంది. ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ తీసుకుంటే ఇక్కడ ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఉంది ప్లస్ 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ 8 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అవుతుంది. అదే ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇచ్చేసింది అనుకోండి, థర్డ్ ఆర్బిట్ వెళ్ళిపోతుంది కాబట్టి సెకండ్ ఆర్బిట్ అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్ అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి ఎన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్? సో ఈ రెండిట్లో ఏది ఈజియెస్ట్ ప్రాసెస్? 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ తీసుకోవడమా, ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇచ్చేయడమా? యాస్, వెరీ గుడ్, ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇచ్చేయడమే best process. So here sodium is ready to lose the electron. Sodium is ready to lose the electron. Come to the chlorine. Here chlorine also unstable because it not have 8 electrons in outcome. So it get the stability by gaining the 1 electron or losing the 7 electrons. So which process is the best process? It's very good. So gain the 1 electron is best process. ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ తీసుకోవడం చాలా ఈజీ, పక్కన ఆల్రెడీ ఇచ్చేవాడు ఉన్నాడు కాబట్టి. సో దిస్ సోడియం హ్యావ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఎలక్ట్రాన్, దట్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇస్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ టు chlorine. Is it clear? So before going to discuss about the bond, first already learned in first part, previous part, what is atomic number of sodium? 11. So 11 means it have 11 electrons and 11 protons. So atomic number give the information about the electrons and protons. So 11 electrons means 11 units of negative charge and 11 units of positive charge. So it is 11 units of negative charge is neutralized by the 11 units of positive charge. So it is electrically neutral. When the atom is in individual state, the electron is electrically neutral because it have equal number of electrons and protons. Okay, right? So here sodium is ready to lose the electron to get the stability. So here sodium is lose 1 electron. Before going to lose the electron, how many number of electrons? It have 11 electrons. When they lose the electron, how many number of electrons? It have 10 electrons. Is it clear? How many number of protons? There is no change in number of protons. So 10 electrons means 10 units of negative charge and 10 units of positive charge. Here 11 units of positive charge. Here 10 units of negative charge is neutralized by the 10 units of positive charge, it has an extra positive charge that is called Na plus. Na plus. So here sodium is lose one electron, it is converted into Na plus. And what is the electron configuration? The sodium Na plus ion have only 10 electrons. Write the electron configuration according to the Auber rule. What is the electron configuration? You know the series 1s 2 electrons, next series is 2s 2 electrons, 4 electrons, next it is 2p. What is the capacity? 6. So 6 you fill. So this is the electron configuration. Which is the outermost orbit? Second orbit. How many number of electrons? 2 plus 6, 8 electrons. So it get the stability by losing of electron. ఇక్కడ సోడియం ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ లూజ్ అవడం వల్ల అవుటర్మోస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్లో 8 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ వచ్చాయి. outermost orbit లో 8 electrons వచ్చాయి. So it is a get the stability by losing of electron. So these electrons are transferred from sodium to chlorine. So before gain the electron, how many number of electrons it have? Atomic number 17 means 17 electrons, 17 protons. So means 17 units of negative charge and 17 units of positive charge. Okay, it's cancelled by each other, so it is electrically neutral. But here chlorine gain the electron, so which are coming from the sodium. So if it is gain the electron, how many number of electrons it have? 18 electrons. What about the proton? There is no change in number of protons, so it is 18 means 18 units of negative charge and 17 units of positive charge. Here 17 units of positive charge is neutralized by the 17 units of negative charge. It have an extra negative charge that is dependent on Cl minus. You saw this here. Cl is converted into Cl minus. Okay, Na plus is converted into Na plus. Okay, so it have a number of electrons, 18 electrons, and write the electron configuration. What is the electron configuration about 18 electrons? Series 1s 2s 2p 3s, tells you know the series 3p. Okay, right? Write electron configuration. 18 electrons, 2 2 6 10 plus 2 12 18. Okay, right? Which one is the outermost orbit? Third orbit. How many number of electrons? 2 plus 6 8 electron. So it get the stability by gaining of electron. So in this reaction both are get the stability. In this process both are get the stability by attaining the 8 electron. Here sodium is get the stability by losing of electron, chlorine is get the stability by gaining of electron. Is it clear? So both are get the stability, but here sodium is converted to Na plus and chlorine is converted into Cl minus. You know the general principle, opposite charges are attracted, so they attract each other. The electrostatic attraction force between Na plus and Cl minus, we will get NaCl. That is a process of NaCl. This is an ionic bond. Okay, there are 3 steps out there. One is the formation of cation, which is having a positive from the metal, formation of anion from non-metal. You know this is a metal first group element. This is a non-metal, this is a 7th group element, halogens. Okay, the first 2 group metals is called metals and metalloids. Okay, alkali, so metals and alkali metals. Okay, metals and alkali metals. Okay, right? Sodium is a metal, chlorine is a non-metal. So sodium is a metal, it's converted into cation by losing of electron. Chlorine is a non-metal, it is converted into Cl minus by gaining of electron. And third step is opposite charges are attracted, they form NaCl. What is the first step? Formation of cation Na plus ion from neutral metal atom. Second one is formation of anion from non-metal atom, and third one is association of opposite charges. So there are 3 steps involved in the formation. Another condition is said in this ionic bond, one should be a metal, another one should be a non-metal. Okay, right? Friends, ఇది మన భాషలో అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు చెప్పుకోవాలంటే బాండ్ ఫార్మేషన్లో సోడియం outermost orbit లో ఎన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉన్నాయి అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్లో? ఒకటే ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఉంది. అదే ఇది స్టేబుల్ కావాలంటే ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇచ్చేస్తే అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్ ఉండదు కాబట్టి థర్డ్ ఆర్బిట్, సెకండ్ ఆర్బిట్ అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి 8 ఎలక్ట్రాన్తో స్టేబుల్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇవ్వడం ద్వారా స్టెబిలిటీ అవుతుంది, 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్ తీసుకోవడం ద్వారా. కానీ ఇది ఏది ఈజియెస్ట్ ప్రాసెస్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటుంది. ఏది ఈజియెస్ట్ ప్రాసెస్? ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇవ్వడం కాబట్టి సోడియం ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇచ్చేసి Na+గా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. మనం కూడా అంతే సింపుల్ ప్రాసెస్. ఓకే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ క్లోరిన్లో అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్ ఏది? థర్డ్ ఆర్బిట్. ఎన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉన్నాయి? 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు 8 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉంటేనే ఆక్టెట్ రూల్ ప్రకారం స్టెబిలిటీ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ తీసుకున్న స్టెబిలిటీ అవుతుంది. 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఇస్తే థర్డ్ ఆర్బిట్ వ్యానిష్ అయిపోతుంది కాబట్టి అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? సెకండ్ ఆర్బిట్ అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి 7 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఇవ్వడం ద్వారా అది కూడా స్టేబుల్ అవుతుంది. కానీ ఈ రెండిట్లో ఏది ఈజియెస్ట్ ప్రాసెస్? ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ తీసుకోవడం. నెక్స్ట్, ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య ఎలక్ట్రోనెగటివిటీ డిఫరెన్స్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. అంటే క్లోరిన్కి ఎలక్ట్రాన్ అట్రాక్ట్ చేసే కెపాసిటీ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి క్లోరిన్ సోడియంలోంచి ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ లాగేసుకునేంత శక్తి ఉంటుంది. ఇది సోడియంలోంచి ఎలక్ట్రాన్ని లాగేసుకోవడం ద్వారా Cl- కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. సో Na+గా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది, Cl- కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్, రెండింటి మధ్య అట్రాక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ వలన మనకి NaCl అనే బాండ్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. NaCl అనే బాండ్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. Is it clear, friends? I repeat, there are 3 steps. One is the formation of cation from metal atom, formation of anion from non-metal atom, and association of positive charges. It's an ionic bond. This bond formed between should be a metal and non-metal. That means first group, second group elements and remaining group elements, because the electronegativity difference is more than 1.9. So this is a NaCl molecule. We discuss another molecule in next part. Thank you, students. This is T Balakrishna, chemistry lecturer, Gpt Kothagudem.